Battaglio, who covers TV and media for the Los Angeles Times. Great pleasure having you on again.
Great to be here.
You have some interesting insight on the president and that show. The host, the format, in your opinion, all works for him.
The president was joking when he said he wanted to sign an executive order keeping Jon Stewart from leaving. But if he could, he would. I mean, this program has been very good to him, and he's very good on it. He understands that young people consume their news in a different way. And The Daily Show and late night shows in general are a way where they get a lot of their information. Now, a lot of the president's critics say that he goes on these shows too much. It's beneath the dignity of the office. But the fact is that this is where the young eyeballs are, where young people are getting their information and talking to their friends, making their decisions. So he knows he has to be there. And he's very relaxed. He's very comfortable with popular culture, with media. And he's thrived as a result on this program.
What's interesting, one of the headlines I saw prior to the taping was, would Jon Stewart be friend or foe to President Obama? We know that, to your point, it's an entertainment program, but it's also an intellectual program where he is willing to challenge any of his guests, including President Obama. And there was a part of me that saw this as Cosell and Ali, where you knew Cosell was a fan of Ali, but he was still willing to stick it to him if needed.
You know, Jon Stewart is a comedian. He always says that he's a comedian, but he takes things like hypocrisy and government dysfunction and cynicism in media. He takes that very much to heart. He cares about that, and that comes through on the show, and I think that's why the show resonates so well with the audience.
Let me play another clip where Stewart asked the president whether after 6.5 years on the job, if he's finally feeling that he owned it. Let's play that.
There's an ebb and flow to every administration,
right.
To every president.
Right.
It appears that you're feeling it a little bit right now. You've got this deal with Iran worked out. You've got your fast-track authority. Are you feeling like 7 years in, whatever?
I finally know what I'm doing?
I'm figuring this thing out. I'm figuring this thing out.
And again, it's that Stewart humor of asking, though, that question which people have obsessed over, the president's legacy, and tying it into the recent Supreme Court decisions.
It's a very relaxed conversation, and once again, that plays into President Obama's strength as a communicator and someone who really understands these settings. And by the way, he said as much. One of the things that he talked about on the show was proliferation of media and how you have to deal with that today, with so many news outlets and so many of them not necessarily agreeing with you, can shape your message. He kind of sort of envied those days where there were just 3 networks, and if the government thought something was important and one of the networks did a documentary on it, it got the attention of a lot of the nation. Not so easy to do now. He understands that, and he knows that part of his job today is to be able to navigate this new media landscape, understand things like social media, and really get that message out in all different ways.
We'll see if the next man or woman in office appreciates that as well. And the next host of everything is changing.
A lot's changing.
Thank you, Stephen. It's always great having you on.
Great to be here. Thank you.
That does